Man, this is some crazy stuff I am seeing, my friends. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. We have two very strange messages. One from the Anthropic CEO about what AI is up to, that it's going to take a ton of jobs. We got two guys doing this. We got a guy from YouTube as well, apparently saying something, co-founder of YouTube, putting out an interesting tweet on X. We'll get into that. We have also Billy Boy Clinton as well, testifying, and you're not going to believe what I discovered, what is actually happening. Some ironic twist as well. And we're going to get into a ton of other stuff. Also, his wife and Gates, Bill Gates, and also some other stuff. Let's just get going here. Let's start with this weird thing from Anthropic CEO just announced AI will get rid of 50% of lawyers, consultants, and finance professionals within 12 months. This is on 60 Minutes. Let's check this out.
You've said AI could wipe out half of all entry-level white-collar jobs and spike unemployment to 10 to 20% in the next 1 to 5 years.
Yes,
that's shocking.
That is the future we could see if we don't become aware of this problem now.
Half of all entry-level white-collar jobs.
Well, if we look at entry-level consultants, lawyers, financial professionals.
Okay, I'm going to explain what's going on here. Okay. I haven't seen anybody put this all together. I'm going to put it together for you right now. Okay, I just explained some of this over. I didn't realize how much it all is intricately woven together. All right. We had Rachel Wilson on Joe Rogan, I think it was yesterday, and she's had an interesting clip go viral over on X regarding what happened in the 1970s. And now it's very obvious to me, all of this was, of course, planned out. It's just super obvious. And it's extremely complex, which shows me it's some pretty smart people that thought up this clever little trick that they instituted here, okay? So what's going on is in 1970, and actually maybe I'll play that clip really quick. All right, let me play this clip of Rachel Wilson on Joe Rogan. And I'm going to show you what they planned all this stuff out. Okay, it's like super obvious to me now. And it's all to rob you. It's literally to rob everything from you. Okay, check this out.
Prior to the 1970s, we had 5% of mothers with school-age kids working outside the home. And for all of human history, even during the Industrial Revolution, 17, 18, 1900s, like you said, in the 40s and 50s, you could be a janitor and support a family and have 4 kids on one income. And something shifted in the 1970s, and it's never shifted back.
So she goes in, and I can't play it all because it's Joe Rogan, and I don't want to get hit with the copyright. She basically goes into how the whole dynamic works. So you have supply and demand, right? Supply for workers, demand of workers, right? So what happened was in the 1970s, all the women joined the workforce, which basically doubled the workforce. Obviously, you have double the supply. You only have so much demand, which ended up causing wages to go down. This is why everyone's complaining about not being able to afford anything. It's because there's too many workers. That's one. Two, on top of that, they took the dollar off the gold standard, which I've talked about before. I've shown numerous times in the past, if you've been following my channel for a little while. There's a article called What the Fuck Happened in 1971, I think it was. Is that how it's written? That's kind of weird. It doesn't do autofill when you do this word here, WTF. Here's the thing here, and you can see what happened in 1970 is wages went sideways and work went up. Actually, here you go. So net productivity went up and wages pretty much went sideways. And then on top of that, you have double the workforce. So you have double the workforce. You got them printing money in the background because they took the dollar off the gold standard at the exact same time. So it was all intentionally planned, is what I'm saying. 1969, what did you have? Sexual revolution. This all fits together perfectly. If you look at it from a bird's eye view, you look at the entire thing, it makes perfect sense. Someone planned this out. Someone straight up planned this out. He knew exactly what would happen, knew there would be too many workers, so they're like, oh, we need to make robots to replace them. Oh, AI, that'll be the next step after this. So they wanted to get your family separated. So they get the woman in the workforce, And so now you have someone else taking care of your kids. They go to a school, public school, and then they get indoctrinated there. Then your wife goes to college before she gets married to you, went to college to get a degree. And then a lot of these professors, of course, are feminists and Marxists. So then that was also part of the plan as well, to get them to think a certain way. But what's interesting is if you look at all the occupations women get into, it's very similar to the some of the things you would do in the home, like take care of kids, nursing. You become a nurse. You're taking care of people. You take care of your family. You take care of people. Same kind of occupation, just one inside the home, one outside the home, right? Make food. You become a chef or something like that. There's a lot of different occupations. Doing the books for your husband's company. Oh, you become a CPA or something outside the home. Or you work in the business setting, or you're in an office, your HR department or whatever. So all this stuff. And human relations, right? So it comes back to human relations because women tend to be focused on human relations. So they all purposely designed this so they could get you out of the home, make you have half the wages, work twice as hard, end up being indoctrinated in the process, and then eventually they wanted to replace you all with robots. Now it sounds crazy, like, oh, what are you talking about? You're crazy. No, actually, I'm not crazy. Just go read the emails. Go read the files and you'll see I'm right. Because it makes perfect sense if you actually want to admit it. A lot of people don't want to admit this stuff. No one's that crazy. No one would do that. Why would they do that? Because they want to. Okay, because they wanted to. They want to make more money off you. They got the print money in the background and steal it from you too. I mean, they got rich off robbing you and you didn't even know it. Humans across the planet are freaking out after Chad Hurley, co-founder of YouTube, randomly posted. Hope everyone enjoys their last year of meaningful work. This is what he posted apparently. Many viewers believe this is a warning about the future, and Chad has access to information that led him to know the claims are... I mean, dude, everyone has access to the information at this point. In short, majority of people on X who saw this tweet believes this is a warning about the future of AI, how it could replace us all. In a year, I don't believe it actually will happen the way they're thinking, though, because they've already seen some evidence that it's not true. Because we've seen a number of companies that fired people to replace them with AI. Half those jobs have came back to regular people. So that does indicate, though, it does work 50% of the time. So it's not going to be probably as doomsdayish as it sounds, but it's going to be like a slow creeping doomsdayish. I'm guessing it's more so probably what it would be. That's my theory based on what I'm seeing so far. Not very good, but I think we do have an answer to all this. You see all these people that are in these files? You see these emails? You see all these evil bastards getting away with everything at the top? You know what would work and solve this entire thing? Put them all in prison. Get rid of every freaking one of them. And then we can start over clean with normal, good people in charge and actually have our jobs because they may actually care about you enough, unlike these people who care nothing about you. And of course, instead they play victim like they are the victim. Bill here testifies on Epstein ties before Congress. I'm a victim. As someone who grew up in a home with domestic abuse, not only would I have not flown on this plane, if I had any inkling of what he was doing, I would have turned him in myself and led the call of justice for his crimes, not sweetheart deal. Shut up, dude. We know that's not the case. We know almost all these politicians are lying. I don't care if they're on the left or right. They're all full of it. Most of them are lying. He's trying to claim like he's a victim and he would have did the right thing if he had a chance to. And apparently he's also committed perjury in his opening statement. What kind of country are we in? If we let child, of course, traffic and those walk, monsters like this should be held, of course, accountable. What does this say? Though my brief acquaintance with Jeffrey ended years before his crimes came to light, and though I never witnessed during limited interactions any indication of what was true. Shut up. Dude, we have a picture of you swimming in your birthday suit with Ghislaine. Straight up, and also another girl who, of course, has been redacted, which means she, of course, was, under age. I mean, you're going to pretend, that was charity work, according to his wife, Hillary. That was charity work. He was saving millions of lives while swimming naked, apparently. I am here to offer what little I know so that it might prevent anything like this from ever happening again. Shut up, dude. Dude, this is so stupid. But before we start, I have to get personal. You made Hillary come in. She had nothing to do with them. Really? Then why was Ghislaine at her daughter's wedding? Nothing. She has no memory of even meeting him. Okay, Bill. Okay, let's solve this little problem here. I never met him. Okay, here's the Epstein emails. Hillary is much prettier in person. Meetings with Hillary are not easily discreet. I know you're close with Hillary. Intimate fundraising event with Hillary Clinton. Even Hillary's lying about him. Jeffrey was lying in his emails about the meetings also. Which one sounds more likely? Is it Jeffrey or her lying? Good question. That's a good question. What does it say? High heels, walk, not a great idea. You could carry me. Does Eva live close to you? Hey, Hillary is much prettier in person. Okay. What does this one say? I know you're close to Hillary, but she gets the nomination. You vote for her. Oh, okay. That's weird. Okay, so these are his emails. Actually, there's something at the top, too. What was at the top? Here we are. Meetings with Hillary are not easily discreet. Okay. So you can see there, clearly, they're not fully telling the truth there, are they? Not really. You have, of course, ironically or unironically, them delivering pizza boxes of pizza being delivered to where they're testifying. Same day. While they're testifying, they're delivering pizzas there. Is this some sort of like, rubbing it in our faces or something? Right? You got the pizza, of course, gate. We're talking emails were originally discovered way back when. You remember that? When was that? Like 2015 or something? That was like 10 years ago. That was like 11 years ago. I remember talking about it back then. This is so insane how long it's been. These emails were presented in the world by Wiki, leaks, which were originally obtained by brave American. We're talking Seth Rich. You remember this guy? I remember talking about him back in like 2016, 17. He found out that the DNC rigged the primary against his favorite candidate, Bernie Sanders. Seth worked for the DNC, had special access. He then downloaded the emails and gave it to him. So then we all saw the emails. Huh. Yeah. Yep, I remember that. That's just really how ridiculous this whole thing has gotten, my friends. It's really that ridiculous. And we got some more stuff, actually. I wanted to get into... So, I was trying to explain... I explained about this whole thing. If you think about this whole thing, it makes sense. Okay, look. They took the dollar off the gold standard exactly in 1971. They told women to get into the workforce exactly in the 1970s. They had the sexual revolution, 1969. All these things happened at the exact same time, which is interesting. When did JFK die? I'm trying to remember when that was. When was that? 1963. Okay, that was before then, of course. But it was Tricky Dick. That's the one who took the dollar off the gold standard. It was after, right? Richard Nixon. By the way, they just had another release of files, and it's not the one with the island. It's something completely different. It has to do with an owl. It has to do with a grove. Okay, you know that song Bohemian Rhapsody, right? I think you know what I'm referring to now. Which, by the way, they have a picture of Tricky Dick living or going there. But apparently a lot of other people did as well. I didn't even know about this. This just came out, by the way. Yesterday night, I think. The Bohemian thing. They had a bunch of emails or something come out about this. That came out last night. It was a bunch of people on the list. My researcher told me about it. Let's see if I can find it anywhere. Yeah, he was one of the ones that was there. And he's the one that took the dollar off the gold standard. That's kind of weird. Yeah, here it is. I think it was New York, was it Times? That released the entire list of him, all that went there. Apparently it's a lot of people. And it's apparently a lot of people you wouldn't expect as well. Adam, you might want to go check that out. I'm not going to read the list, but I think Clint Eastwood was one of the people on there. There's some other ones as well, lots of other ones. But it's just, this world's turned into the Twilight Zone at this point. I don't know what to make of it. It's pretty crazy. And I'm going to get into the Hillmeister over on my other channel. You got to see that. It's some crazy stuff, my friends. And there's so much of this stuff I'm now finding. It's just endless. We have Bill Gates as well that I'm going to get into over on my other channel. Also, apparently, I have a theory about what's going on, and I don't like the theory, so I might kind of go over that in my other video more so. But my whole entire point with this whole thing with Rachel Wilson, I think this is important, what she was saying about what's going on, because it really puts it all together when you start to see it. Because like I showed you with that original post about AI. So think about this. Remember 2020, right? You remember the whole thing, right? Come on, think about it. Less and less, of course, people. Oh, we can have robots. Oh, AI is going to take the jobs anyways. We don't need them anymore. See what I mean? This is what I'm talking about, man. It all fits together. It's so crazy. And you could just say, you're just seeing stuff that ain't there. I don't think so. I don't think I'm seeing stuff that ain't there. It's there if you want to see it. At any rate, I think you get kind of the idea. But also, I mentioned over on another video about Jim Carrey. He looks a little crazy, looking a lot different than he used to. I'll get into that more. But this whole thing with Bill Clinton and what he's saying, let's go check out a couple other things on Bill Clinton real quick, and then we'll leave it at that. And then you guys can go check out my other video. But we got some interesting stuff about Bill Clinton here. What is that? Demi Moore? Oh my goodness. Okay, here, one sec. Yeah, here we are. We got Hillary right here. Okay, here we go. What is she saying here? Hillary Clinton abruptly ended her press conference after being asked about Ghislaine, was invited to Chelsea's wedding. This is what I just mentioned earlier. Even after she claimed that she never knew her. Okay, let's check this out. Let's see what she has to say.
Can I ask, why was Colleen Maxwell invited to the daughter of Chelsea Clinton's wedding in 2010? She'd already been mentioned in a civil lawsuit by Virginia Giuffre before that. Jeffrey Epstein had already been convicted before that.
She came as the +1, the guest of someone who was invited.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all.
She planned that out, man. That's pretty clever. Oh, we didn't invite her. She came as the +1 of some other person we invited. Oh, we didn't know her. She just showed up. I don't know who she is, even though the emails say I know. Even though the emails say I know and I met Jeffrey. I don't know who he is. Of course, all of them are innocent. Everybody's innocent except for Jeffrey, which of course he's conveniently, allegedly dead. At any rate, that's my video. I kind of wonder what some of you guys think about all this. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.